Hello everyone, this is Techno News, and in today's program, you will see spider-like robotic AI arms. Pterodynamics scales up its remarkable dihedral Transwing eVTOL. First time in history, a monkey's brain was connected to a computer. Emirates launches Sara, world's first check-in robot assistant, a sequel to the Stalker-like VR game. Attack helicopter with Ukrainian engines makes first test flight. And NASA will extend the mission of its iconic 45-year-old Voyager 2 spacecraft. So let's go! A Japanese robotics company called Jizai Arms has engineered a system of spider-like robotic limbs consisting of 6 arms that can be controlled by the user wearing them. These robotic arms can be attached, detached, or even replaced altogether in order to redefine and revolutionize the way humans interact with robots and artificial intelligence. The primary goal of Jizai Arms is to ensure that human beings can act with robots and AI in a way that feels natural and comfortable, as if the artificial components are but mere extensions of oneself. The development is paving the way for a future where humans and machines can work together seamlessly and effortlessly. Jizai Arms' robotic prostheses are extremely flexible, allowing them to perform a wide range of tasks. Applications can range from use in a warehouse to a hospital surgery room. Jizai Arms are easily controlled by their user, enabling wearers to operate the limbs with their own movements and creating the sensation that they are a natural extension of their body. But where Jizai Arms could have the most impact is in improving the quality of life for people with disabilities. People with missing limbs could use Jizai Arms as a replacement, allowing them to undertake tasks that would otherwise be nearly impossible. Pterodynamics has been making waves in the electric vertical takeoff and landing eVTOL aircraft market with its innovative Transwing platform. And now, the company has released fresh video footage of its latest prototype. The video showcases a larger-scale version of the remarkable dihedral folding wing system that powers the Transwing. The Transwing platform uses a unique dihedral folding wing system to move between hover and cruise modes. This helps it to unlock huge advantages. The dihedral hinges upon which the wings rotate are the key to the design. The wings tilt as they fold, so by the time they're resting back against the body of the aircraft, they're facing upward, along with the propellers. The company claims that its unique and patented design looks just like a plane in forward flight, with props distributed along its wings. But when it's time to land, the wings fold back. This allows the Transwing to take off and land like a multi-copter drone, but then cruise efficiently in forward flight supported by wing lift. For the first time in the world, Chinese scientists have connected a brain-computer interface, BCI, to the brain of a non-human monkey. As a result of the experiment, the animal was able to control the robotic arm. Previously, similar experiments were conducted on sheep. The experiment was carried out by the scientists of Nankai University, led by Professor Duan Feng. Scientists resorted to minimal invasive surgery, without trepanation of the monkey's skull. The sensors were moved through the cerebral vessels and sagittal sinus to the motor cortex. This made it possible to detect and collect electroencephalogram signals, thanks to which the animal was able to actively control the robotic arm. The American company Neuralink, owned by Elon Musk, is also working on creating a BCI. However, it uses an invasive method. While the technology used by Chinese scientists does not require trepanation of the skull, is less traumatic and safer for the patient. In a bid to maximize user experience, Dubai-based Emirates airline launched a city check-in and travel store last month where passengers will be able to book their travel, check in for flights, shop for travel essentials, and also drop their luggage as early as 24 hours and up to 4 hours before their flight. The airline says that this saves time and allows customers to arrive at the airport at a leisurely pace. For this, passengers have 2 options: either to self-check-in at the dedicated kiosks with a human agent or seek Sara's help. According to a press release, Sara has a wide LCD screen measuring 98 inches and is touch-friendly. Sara will be equipped to match the faces of customers with their passports, check passengers in, and guide them through to the luggage drop area. The survival game Into the Radius is getting its second chapter, which is already in development. This was announced by the Estonian studio CM Games on Steam yesterday. the studio is reluctant to reveal any details about the sequel. However, they have hinted that many suggestions and ideas from the community have been taken into account in this new installment. Into the Radius is an open-world game about survival in a blighted zone. You have to avoid physical anomalies, collect valuable artifacts, and engage in realistic combat with other stalkers. The PC VR gaming community loves the survival game on Steam. The title has almost 7,000 positive reviews. Into the Radius was also well received on MetaQuest 2. It became one of the 50 most rated VR games just half a year after its release. In other words, Into the Radius is a VR super hit and a huge success for CM games. Turkish Aerospace Industries has conducted its first flight test of the T929 ATAK-II helicopter. The test took place a few days after the debut of the engines. The T929 ATAK-II is based on the T129 ATAK helicopter, which is based on Leonardo Helicopter's Italian Agusta A129 Mangusta. TAI began work on the new attack helicopter more than 3 years ago. The ATAK-II is powered by two TB3 engines manufactured in Ukraine. Each has a power output of 2,500 horsepower. Turkey will receive 14 engines by 2025. The first ones were handed over this spring. The T929 ATAK-II will be equipped with a 30mm cannon and will have 6 suspension points. The maximum payload will be 1.5 tons. The attack helicopter will be able to carry Mk-E-FAR, Hydra 70, CRV-7, UMTAS, L-UMTAS, Sirat and AIM-9X Sidewinder missiles. NASA's interstellar Voyager 2 spacecraft was launched back in 1977, and it is now more than 20 billion kilometers from Earth. Despite its number designation, it is NASA's oldest operational spacecraft, having lifted off from the space agency's Cape Canaveral Space Launch Complex 2 weeks before Voyager 1. Voyager 2 features 5 science instruments that have allowed it to send a wealth of valuable data back to Earth during the decades since its launch. Now, NASA has announced that it will use a small amount of backup power to help keep all of Voyager 2 science instruments alive until 2026 instead of letting one die this year. Both Voyager probes are powered by radioisotope thermoelectric generators, RTGs, which convert heat from decaying plutonium into electricity. Though these systems have allowed the Voyager spacecraft to operate for more than 45 years, the decay process means that the generators produce slightly less power every year. To date, mission specialists have been gradually turning systems off in order to keep scientific instruments alive. Now, though, Voyager 2 has run out of options, meaning NASA officials have been deciding which instrument will be the first to discontinue this year. It turns out, though, that NASA seems to have found an alternative to turning off one of Voyager 2 science instruments this year. Voyager is equipped with a voltage regulator that triggers a backup circuit in the event of a voltage fluctuation. NASA has decided that it will now tap into this reserve energy to keep all 5 Voyager 2 science instruments alive for just a little longer, until 2026, to be precise. Well, that was the latest news for today. We hope you like it. Do not forget about likes and subscribe to our channel. It will be even more interesting. So see you in the new releases.